Okay, greetings, brothers and sisters, and other Hollywood celebrities dropping like flies, sort of kind of thing here. So here's Damar Hamlin making the heart sign. He has done it multiple times. Here he is when he's in the hospital bed. Here he is when he was giving a message. Here he is giving the devil sign. I don't know why. Well, I kind of maybe know why. Here he is doing it again. Here he is next to a picture of him, right? So the guy likes to give the heart sign. But, maybe he isn't as great as people think he is because yesterday one of his players got carted off the field in an ambulance with a possible spinal injury. And they cut to him on the sideline, and he was laughing, smiling and laughing.
And he brought out a board for Taylor Rapp. There's an ambulance on the field. This entire stadium has fallen silent.
So this is a game in Buffalo, New York. The Buffalo Bills. Damar Hamlin plays for that team. One of his teammates goes down. Two of his teammates went down on the play. One was the focus. Everyone was focused on the one guy who went down. But the other guy was actually worse. And so they realized it. And then, things went south here, and they're taking him off the field with possible neck injury or something, spinal injury, in an ambulance. And, this had a lot of context because of what happened to him.
Obviously, you know the context here. There's an injury that involves this team.
So first he smiles.
Everybody thinks back to this young man.
So he's smiling, and then he licks his lips. He's like kind of laughing and giddy about it, right? And then they cut away.
The nation was gripped a year ago. Taylor Rapp, you saw him moving his hands.
So that's messed up, right? There's no reason to be smiling and laughing, right? Like this is the whole stadium is whatever. What's he laughing about? Like what's funny? What could possibly be funny? He's got to know that the camera's going to take a look at him, right? That he's going to be the focus of this thing because that's everyone's mind, and he's laughing and smiling and all that stuff. Worrying clip shows Taylor Swift struggling to breathe at sweltering Rio show where fan 23 died of cardiac arrest. Taylor Swift seemed to be struggling with her breathing in extreme 100-degree heat during her concert in Rio de Janeiro on Friday night. Worrying video captured the pop star struggling to catch her breath. Gasping for air, she turned away from the fans at the end of their songs. Concerns for Swift and her own health escalated after a 23-year-old fan died in the cardiac arrest inside the sweltering stadium just hours earlier. And so there she is, struggling to breathe. There she is, struggling to breathe again. How's that thing working with Kelsey being, there's the girl who died. She's dating Mr. Pfizer after all. But here's the video. Yeah, so that happened. So this is a commercial from Capital One Quicksilver Holiday Night Fever, the 60-minute version, 60-second. You get the 30-second, but we're going for the full 60-second. I saw this a couple of times. There's another commercial I want to show you with Rob Lowe, which is about hitting rock bottom. One of my viewers sent me this today, reminded me that I wanted to cover it. And so this is John Travolta. Well, let's just watch the beginning here. All right, so he's dressed in a Santa suit. I'm going to turn off the music. They're playing Staying Alive. I don't want to get copyrighted. But here he is walking around to the beginning of Saturday Night Fever, which is a movie that didn't age well, right? And John Travolta is another guy who it's been rumored in Hollywood that he's actually gay, which, I think if you watch the sequel to Saturday Night Fever, whatever that's called, Don't Tell Me, Don't Care, Don't Need to Know, it's confirmed. I don't know if it's called Saturday Night Fever 2. So this is a movie called Staying Alive. It's a sequel to Saturday Night Fever. Boom. Do it, John. Boom. There you go. And here, boom, down and up. There you go. Yeah, do the head thing. Do that. You got it. More here. Doing the hands. That guy apparently is a dance instructor. Okay. So we get it. Actually, there was a final dance scene. And I didn't see the movie, but somehow I saw this. And it speaks for itself. Kind of some kind of weird orgy thing going on here. But look at him. Look at him go. He's a predator. He's all glossed up. He's all oiled up. What you doing, John? What you looking for? Who's over there? Who's over there? There they are. Those are guys. Wait. Is there something behind me? Look, it's sneaking up behind me. Look, let me wiggle my hips. Let me do it. Let me go. Here I am. Boom. He's a star. Look at him run. Look at him run. Boom. There he goes with all this demonic stuff here. Look at him wiggle. There he goes again. This towards the end. Look at him spin. Look at him spin around. Look at him throw people. Look at him get whipped. Look at him spin around. Wait, where are they carrying him? They're carrying him somewhere. They're elevating him. Look at him go. Look at him go. There he is. Put her down, Johnny. So, we've all the evidence is right here. Cookies.
2 for $5. What happened to 3?
What happened to 3? Used to be 3 for $5. It's funny. He's funny. Quicksilver, but it's Quicksilver darn. Earned 1.5 cash back. He's got right there. He's gonna eat his cookies. He's gonna walk around. Look how cool he is. Check out those shoes. He's gonna get a pair. He's getting a pair. Yeah, there he is. It says Saint Nick right here. Old Nick. Is that what it says? Or Little Nicky. You know, that's another name for the devil. Of course, Santa is a metaphor for the devil. He's coming in. Quicksilver. Gives a little wink. Yeah. Walking down. He's got suitcases. There he goes. What's he got? Ooh. I check out those jingle bells. Oh, jingle bells. I like your jingle bells.
Nice.
Boom, there he goes. I can't play the whole thing because I copyright the song. Glitter paint. He's good with the glitter. Nobody does glitter like John Travolta. Look at him go. Look at him walk. He's going to have a glass of eggnog. He's going to pay for it with his Capital One Quicksilver card. He's going to do some dancing. There he's in disco. Here he is. Then he comes in. He's going to do his... Look at him go. Look at him go. Look at him show his moves. Look at him show his stuff. There he goes. He still got it. And then he says this.
What's in your wallet?
What's in your wallet, John? So, yeah, that happened. Then I saw this, and I tape all the sporting events that I watch. And I tried to find it. I couldn't find it. I want to show my wife because it's so weird. The Floor. They have a show called The Floor, because if you can't get any lower.
I'm Rob Lowe. Welcome to The Floor.
Exactly. No one knows The Floor like Rob Lowe.
81 contestants.
Boom. 81 of them. There's 81.
Each with their own unique category have come.
They all have a category. This one's wild animals. This one's child stars. This one's games. This one's a human body. Bath time items. I mean, you got to have a category.
To play a game to win $250,000.
Go boom.
When selected by the randomizer, the player must choose an opponent.
They have a randomizer, and they have to go up head to head with somebody who is their opponent in a random fashion.
They will go
the randomizer. It's called the randomizer.
Head to head in an intense timed duel.
It's a duel.
The loser goes home for good. The winner takes their opponent's floor.
Boom, they get some more of the floor. You're trying to get as much of the floor as possible. This is like whatever that game show, whatever that was it a Korean Netflix show that was like this. It's Squid Games, right? Except the people don't die. Or do they?
Who will keep cool under pressure? Who will fall apart against the ticking clock?
Who will do it?
For 10 weeks, the one player who survives...
10 weeks? You got to watch this thing for 10 weeks.
and conquers the entire floor will win $250,000.
Boom. For 10 weeks.
Look at you guys!
Woo! Look at her go. Look at her. Woo! I wonder what her category is. Woo! Poor hair color choice. Unnatural hair color choices.
Get ready to duel!
Oh, look at him go.
Otoscope. Centipede.
Pointy scissors.
Pass. Oh,
Let's light it
Light up.
up!
Let's light it up.
Oh my God!
This is the floor.
Or rock bottom, whatever you want to call it. Kaboom. San Francisco landlords challenge new law that taxes them for not renting their units. San Francisco voters voted for new law tax property owners who have units that are vacant for more than 182 days. Proposition M was approved by 54% of San Francisco voters. A large group of property owners and interested parties, which include San Francisco Apartment Owners Association and San Francisco Association of Realtors, are suing the city to keep the Proposition M from taking effect. The main thrust of their argument is that Proposition M would strip them of their rights as landowners. And also, they might not be able to rent. What happens if they can't rent? If it's not leaving the property open just because of that, right? And so, things are breaking down in San Francisco. We've seen this before. I'd be O.J. Simpson before I'm out here looking like Will Smith. They're talking about Jada there. They're talking about Nicole Brown Simpsoning Jada Pinkett Smith. After the driver of a Tesla in autopilot suffered a medical emergency, his 10-year-old son was reportedly able to get the car off the freeway. Another medical emergency while driving. You got to watch out for that. Man develops rare blood clots in his penis after running. It's really sucky when that happens. FBI agent sees New York City mayor's cell phones, lawyer says. They're investigating him for into his campaign fundraising. And so that happened. Syphilis cases in babies have skyrocketed. More than 3,700 newborns tested positive in 2020. I think I've covered that before, but who knows? Camille Moffat, French Olympic swimmer champion, dies in helicopter crash. Will the U.S. launch a digital dollar? They're thinking about this. They're still going to keep the currency, but, we have digital currency already because only 5% of what's considered currency is actually printed globally. And so, they want to go with something that's some kind of cryptocurrency. Kiwi woman in 20s reveals inconspicuous symptoms that turned out to be stage 4 cancer. Talking about another turbo cancer here. Amy Schumer claims she's the most successful comedian of all time. The stand-up comedy actor posted a series of text-based pictures to her Instagram clarifying her stance on the Israeli-Palestine conflict. She's been very vocal. Then she started to get into it with the people. When you say I'm rich, please add self-made, come being dirt poor. And Senator Chuck Schumer, my dad's second cousin, once removed. I didn't meet him till I was 25. I've never been given any money to support a cause other than tampons. I've never stolen a joke. People calling me failed comic. I'm the most successful female comedian of all time. I'm ugly, fat. Okay, sorry you aren't attracted to me. I found someone who is. I hope you find someone too. We are all in a lot of pain. What hurts us most is that we actually love each other. You hate boops, Jews. You don't know why. I still love you. Well, she definitely has stolen jokes, which has been well documented. The most successful comedian of all time. She was on this show called Last Comic Standing. This is Sad Dumpling, I've talked about Sad Dumpling so much. And she's on Last Comic Standing, and which is a good show that they, it didn't get good ratings, unfortunately. The first season was really interesting because they're all in a house together. And then they sort of, they tried to change the format. But she was on like season 3. And, because comedians are just really interesting people. Most of them are, not like, they're not actually all that funny outside of, not that they're not funny, but they're angry and miserable, right? So it's a much more interesting reality TV show. But she was like early 20s, and she was handpicked for the show. Like, she was passed by lots of other better comedians to be on the show. And she clearly, if you were watching the show, if you go back and watch the episodes, if you watch the show, you realize that she was, they were propping her up somehow. And she became a big comedian after that. But clearly she is some sort of a shill. She's, they've put her out there. I already covered this from a couple of episodes ago. Biden randomly screams in the middle of his speech here. He turned 81. I'm going to cover this tomorrow on my other channel.
I watched it before. I watched it as a kid. I watched it as a senator. I watched what happened in my community. It changed everything.
Yeah, he does that all the time. Sean Diddy Combs appears downcast in Miami after settling abuse lawsuit with Cassie. He's a little depressed. He just settled a lawsuit. He's a little sad. Looking sad there, a little bit bummed. Why me? He's on the phone yelling at somebody. Right? Then there was this priceless moment. Paris Hilton walks into Formula One Las Vegas Grand Prix. She went to a Grand Prix. I wonder what that means. Maybe she's hiding something. Her Grand Prix party, and no one is there. And here's the video. So she's walking in, and then they're flashing the things here.
This is about to be an epic evening. My name is Nick. I've been DJing for the last little bit. We have a very special guest. This night is about tonight.
So there's nobody there, right? They're announcing she's doing her walk. She's coming in, smiling. Look at everyone. Look at me like he's modeling. And he looks around, and there's like no one there. There's no one there at the Grand Prix. My partner secretly bought a house, then said he didn't love me. My next step was a surprise. I've gone from having a great job, a loving partner, a solid plan for the future, to no job, no partner, no house, and no idea what to do next. This is one of these liberal Huffington Post op-eds things. So she was with her partner during COVID. They were stuck in, the house together. And they were planning to buy a house, together. And then one day he said, after COVID happened, and, he was able to get free from the confines of, being stuck in the mandatory, whatever it was. There's no easy way to say this, but I don't love you the way you love me. It came as a complete surprise, especially when he told me he had secretly bought a house on his own behind my back. He later assured me he felt doubly bad buying the one he knew I really wanted. So they went and looked at a house together, and then they were, in discussion about it, and he went back and bought the house, contacted the realtor and bought it on his own. And the next day he was packing his stuff and moving it out, and I'd gone from having a great job, a loving partner, and a solid plan for the future, no partner, no house, and no idea what to do next. The next few days are a blur. According to him, the easiest solution was for me to take over the lease to our townhouse after he moved out, but something about that suggestion made me furious. He had it all planned out a little too neatly for me to believe it hadn't been on his mind for longer than he let on. I instantly knew I'm not going to living in what had been our place. And then she goes on and talks about traveling and a bunch of other not important stuff. Okay, so that's enough for today. Only spirituality will save this world. It's Paul Romano, definitely important for the apocalypse and the ascension. Everyone have a blessed day and be grateful.